Hey, guys, Nicole here, your psychic medium, your friendly neighborhood psychic medium. And I know you can see this beautiful smoke coming here on the camera. And it is, right now, what it is it is my little pot, my burner, my resin burner of frankincense and myrrh. And I'm going to see if I can bring this up without going too crazy. You see that pretty pot right there? You can see it's a little discolored. It is a little brass pot that I put my frankincense and myrrh resin, right? Little pieces of resin here. And I've got that going ready to share how to call in your angels and guides so you can clear your divine tools, your divining tools, right? The tools for divinity such as pendulums, right? We have pendulums, and how do we clear them? We kind of put them in the smoke, but there's a little bit more of a process. That's a little bit quickly, but hey, here's my selenite wand, and I use that. Or do I want to clear my little crystal skulls? Anytime you get anything, just like angel cards, put it on the back side. Get your angel cards, you get a new book of tarot. You want to clear all that bad juju that's been sitting there on the shelf, or the 101 peoples that touched it in the distributing center at Amazon. Oh, you don't know what their bad juju is, what they're in emotionally, or what kind of energetic connections, deep, dark energetic connections, or maybe not necessarily ill intent, but the energy that is around. And we want to clear that stagnant energy. You want to get that energetic connection. It opens you up so you can get that energetic connection. And so how do we do that? There's several ways. You can use, I've got on this candle here a little bit of sage, right? And what I do is, you don't have to. What I do, though, is I'm going to tell you what I use and why I use it, and you go from there. I'm going to use a candle. I've got sage in it already. And what happens is, this candle is going to signal my angels and guides to say, hey, look, people, come on in. It's time for me to connect to my psychic magic and open up to you. You don't want to leave the portal open all the time. You want to flick that switch off. So right now we're going to flick that switch on. And how do we do it? Here I have a spray jar with essential oils of, it is sage and Palo Santo. I also have the herb sage and Palo Santo in here. There's a copper wire on here. Copper is a conduit, just like a crystal. It is a repeater of the energy. So I put the crystal Reiki magic intention is in here, that anytime it sits on the shelf, or whether I decide to open it and spray around, that it's going to clear. And not only clear, but you want to use two components. If you're using sage and Palo Santo, use sage to clear out and disconnect all those bad energies and let them go. But you want to fill it in. Okay, you want to fill it in with the good stuff. So get rid of that bad juju, but bring in the sparkly magic that is you. We want to bring that essence back in. When I use frankincense, I use myrrh. Myrrh is for grief. Myrrh is for also for grounding. Frankincense is for enlightening and opening. And so they balance one another out. That's why they use frankincense and myrrh in the church. So before I start to clear the tools, just find some good music. I've got some shamanic music going in the background. It's just calm, it's simple. What gets you going, or what relaxes you, excuse me. And so go ahead and just sit back where you are. If you want to get on the ground, you don't have to get that whole meditation room. I'm teaching you quick life hacks, tips and tricks to make your life easy and to just get connected, because you want to be that spiritual badass. And you can't be if you're so worried about the perfection and the imposter syndrome kicked in and not doing it perfect, do it. And as you do, you hone in those angels and guides and those connections. You start to open up. But I don't want you just to open up to the dark. I want you to open up to the light, and I want you to keep that dark out. Recognize where it's at and go pivot to the other direction. So here we go. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Just pause. Feel the connection. Allow the white light to come into the top of your head, down the top of your head, your third eye, your ears, your lips, your neck, your shoulders, your arms, just white light all through your fingertips, your heart, right? And down to your hips and your back, down again through your thighs, your knees, and allow that white light to go through your feet, ground to the floor, and connect to Mother Nature. So you're connected on both. As above, so below. You are connected. And now that you are tuned into the energy, you're going to ask Archangel Michael, would you come into my auric field? And just know that he's there. Archangel Michael, please fix any rips or tears, cut any cords to the negative energy that I no longer need, any negative energy in the room. I ask that all my chakras spin in the same direction that they're balanced. And thank you. Don't forget to say thank you to your angels and guides. They work hard. But your angels and guides will not be there for you unless you call them in. They can be standing right next to you and you'll be looking them in the face and saying, hello. You don't just want that acknowledgement. It's free will. So you're asking them and letting them know that you are ready to find that connection. And once you do, just breathe into it, feel it, say thank you. Just pause and pray, right? And so I have my incense lit. And what can I do right now? Now that I'm connected, now that I'm ready, I'm going to take, let's see, my pendulum. And because my incense is in my handy dandy incense holder, just take that pendulum and swing it. And I swing it to the right, just to connect to the energy. And then I'm going to stop it. And I swing it to the left to let all that negative energy, all that bad juju release that bad negative energy. Let it go up to the light, let it clear. And then again, positive energy. Yes, I do it 3 times. Now I am allowing positive energy to this pendulum, and with the intent that this pendulum perform in a connection to Nicole's magical badass energy, and that this connection is a divine spiritual connection for my answers, the simplistic answers that I need. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Boom. I am the spiritual goddess. I am the spiritual badass, and I know that my energy is connected. Here again, here's my selenite wand, and I'm going to spin it to the right, connect to the energy, and then I swing it to the left, and I ask that all negative energy, any ill intent, be disconnected and cleared from this crystal. And then I swing it again to the right. And I say, what I'm doing in that swinging is honing that energy presence, just focused energy. Swing it to the right. And I say, crystal clear, and allow the divinity and the divining of this and the protection that you can offer to me, that you will offer to me, crystal. And I ask that you be cleared of any negative forces, and that you be clean and ready for protection. And selenite is good for being the medium, being that inner balance connection. And so the intent, and now I can put in this crystal, can also add an intent. I give the intention and put the intention of this crystal that as I sit in front of my computer, as I am recording, giving classes, or speaking, that the energy in here is always balanced and will balance me. That's the job that I give this crystal, right? Ooh, you feel that connection? You see how easy? And you can do it with your angel cards here. And so I take this deck. And these are beautiful affirmation cards that I got years and years ago in Santa Cruz, California. And I want to bless these cards with love and light. So I want to clear that negative energy, right? I can clear the whole deck to start, clear that negative energy. And I want to bring in positive energy for these affirmations. And before I do, what the intent of these is always to give me positive, strong affirmations for my day. But I take each one of these cards and I bless these cards. I bless this card and I bring it to my heart. Why? Because my heart space is true. I bless this card. I bless this card. I bless this card. And I'll go through the whole deck. I bless this card. You know why? Because the more blessings we add, the higher the energy frequency we have around us, whether we use these tools or not. We constantly are at a good vibration. And so when I sit here, if I've got my altar, I've got my frequencies. These frequencies are here to always find a connection. Sometimes I have to jump on a call. I just have a second to boom between calls to say, hey, thank you for being there. Connect to that, affirmation cards or, oracle cards. What do you connect to? Before you use them, you want to set the intention that every time you use these, there's a blessing. And you set that as a whole. And then when you come into your space and you clear and you are ready to get your questions answered, or answer others' questions as you start doing work for others, you are going to set a different ritual intention and bring that intention of the moment for the person and then clear that again. So if you're using spiritual tools, you want to do that. You want to do a clearing after your client. They may have had some negative energy, some negative attachments. I work with a lot of paranormal. I work with a lot of deep, dark forces. Those who don't know me, I started clearing houses and doing ghost busting when I was young. So here again, clear that energy. And then constantly keep that going. And as you get to do this, do it quickly. Have fun with it. Be in that energetic moment and know that you can be this spiritual badass every day. And I'm Nicole Borghi, sharing with you tips and tricks how to be psychic as fuck.